I have a 2012 Nissan Murano, and I'm gonna try to change the AC clutch. I don't have AC right now, and I figured it was the AC clutch because I ran a test. You can do a procedure, and I'll show you. It runs through a series of tests, and you check the windshield wipers, check the blower motor, it'll check the AC clutch. So you should be able to hear it click. I'll run it in a few seconds. Position, and there's the on position. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right here. So you put it in the on position. Within 20 seconds, you're gonna press the switch, door switch 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you go over here, you turn it off, and within 10 seconds, you want to turn it back on. And you heard a beep. So now it's going in through the windshield wipers for 5 seconds. There you see it. Then the beams are going to come on for 10 seconds. There they are. Then the AC clutch is next. So let's see if we can capture the audio from the relay. That was the relay clicking, and I didn't hear the AC clutch being actuated. So that tells me the AC clutch needs to be replaced. So I order a part online. I got it right here. It's aftermarket part. It's about $20. What we gotta do is I'm gonna take off this tire. I'm gonna put it on jack stands. Take off the tire, and I'm gonna have to remove this wheel well protector, and there's another one in the back that I'll have to remove to get access to the AC pulley. And so we're gonna have to take off the belt, and I'll show you how to do that. And here's the diagram on how to remove that plate. That's number 1, the coil lodge plate. And then there's a shim, and there's a snap ring, and then you got the pulley, and then you have the coil right there. So these are the tools we're gonna be using. So I got a long handle 3/8 ratchet, and I got a number 13 nut, and I'm gonna loosen up the belt now. You gotta turn it clockwise, and you need a screwdriver. Stick it in here so that you can hold that loose. So we're gonna try that. There it is. Got it. So the two holes are gonna align, and I'm gonna stick there's another hole in the back here, and I'm gonna stick a screwdriver through it. So let's try that. See if it'll work. There we go. So now it's loose, and we can take the belt off. All right.
So the belt goes over here on this big one, on this little one, and under the compressor pulley. Here, I'll show you.
So we got the belt off. So now we're gonna remove this number 10 bolt here and the pulley, and we're gonna take this plate off, take the retaining ring off, pull the pulley, and then install the new coil. Remove and install the new coil. So let's see if we can. So that's a number 10, simple number 10. I'm gonna remove this plate. I'm gonna put on my gloves, it's hot. So got the part out. It's kind of hard to see. Here's pull the camera a little closer. Alright, so here's the part. You can see there's a shim in there, so I'm gonna leave it. It's not very good focus, but that's the plate. We're gonna reuse this. Then we're gonna pull the pulley next using a puller tool. So I ended up using a 6-inch pulley puller to pull the pulley. The 4-inch was too short, so I finally got it to hook, and it looks like it's coming out. So we should have it out in a minute here. So I also used a 6-inch because this pipe here, I think that's the line for the windshield wipers is on the way, so the 6 inches gives you more clearance over it. So we got the pulley out. When you take it out, you just make sure you want to grab the back so you don't damage those ridges in between. So I'm sure you got the back grabbed on all 3 sides. So that's the pulley. That's the coil that I think burnt up right there. So we're gonna remove that, replace it, and then put it all back together. So my car is pretty rusted, so I'm having a little trouble removing those screws. I got the one on the bottom left out loose, and now I gotta loosen up the other 2. What I'm doing is using some 10W40, and then I'm impacting with a screwdriver the head on the side of the screws to try to loosen them up. So I worked on one. Let's see if we can do the rest. So I finally got the screws loose. I ended up putting the screwdriver directly on the head and then hitting it so it digs in a little bit and shakes it loose, and it worked. So luckily, no strip screw heads. Now we're going to unhook the old cable connection and then install the new coil. So the electrical connection harness can be a little tricky. There's a couple of bumps here, but what you do on the harness or connector on the back over here by where my finger is, there you go, my index finger, what you do is you press on the tab at the end, press it down, and then shake it loose, and it should come off easy. So a little tricky, but here's an easy way. Here's a better view of the 2 coils. You can see the old one is pretty burnt, so it's got a little piece sticking out where you align it, but this is the original one. Here's a new one I have. I got it on eBay for about $20. We got the new coil installed, and I'm about to plug it in. So that connector was fairly cheap, and so the bracket connection to the harness so you can keep it off to the side broke. So I'm going to use a zip tie to tie it away from the belt. So now we're gonna put the pulley back, the old pulley. There's a little noise. I might have to replace this later, but I don't have the parts now, so I'm gonna put it back. Maybe the bearing. So it goes like this, right, and into that, and I'm gonna tap it in with a rubber mallet, maybe a piece of wood, so it goes in evenly. So I used a piece of wood to tap it in, and then there's that line on the way. So what I did is I put it in through here, and so I balanced it out. You gotta make sure it spins freely, so it's spinning. You can see, and then you can see the groove. So we should be good. So I'm gonna put the retaining ring back on, and we got the retaining ring right here. Got it into the groove, so it's retaining, still spinning. So we're gonna put on the 10mm bolt back on by hand first, and this one gets bolted down to 15 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna use a torque wrench. So I'm running the test now that I put the new coil on. So let's see if the coil will actuate. It's doing the wipers, it's doing the lights. I'm gonna turn on the lights so we can see what's going on down here. Wait for it. Oh, it is not moving. It's not actuating. That is not a good sign. I'll put it back together now. See what happens. It's not actuating. I don't know what's going on. So here we are. It's a couple days later. So the first time I tried it, didn't work. And then this is the old coil. And I thought I checked the old coil with the battery connecting directly to the 12 volt, and didn't actuate, didn't become a magnet. It's supposed to. So I thought I'd check the connection here. So yeah, took a little zip tie off, and here you have the new connector. You can see it's supposed to have 2 teeth. You can see just one there. So the other one broke off, so that's why it's not getting power. So I'm gonna pigtail wire to the old connector. So the lights are going. I've hooked up the new cable, so it should actuate. It's connected now. I think we got something. It's working. It's working. Let's see if the AC will work now. So we got the coil actuating now, and the instructions say you gotta actuate it 30 times. So I'm gonna run this test 5 times. That should do it, just to exercise the coil. So power to the coil is achieved. You can see it's spinning. So we got that in correctly, I think. Let's see how it runs. Let's see how the temperature inside. That is some cold air. Summer's about to start.